Well, welcome to iMarkets Live. This is the merging of two of the most powerful industries, which is network marketing, or aka people sharing, and trading, specifically futures and forex trading. So, what is iMarkets Live? As it says in Christopher Terry's own words, the idea of iMarkets Live came from 14 years of retailing my educational services and mentorship in partnership with other expert traders. This produced some of today's most successful and recognized traders and analysts worldwide. IML is a powerful system of products which now allows virtually everyone to become successful in trading. There is a better way than what you are doing now to create real wealth, and I am living proof of that. I feel blessed to be able to bring you these products and this opportunity to meaningfully change your life for good. So ask yourself three very simple questions. What if you could learn a new profession and earn while doing it? And what if your income stopped today? Let's say the job that you have today was no longer available to you tomorrow, or your spouse's job to the same extent. How long can you carry on going on living in the lifestyle that you have? And what if you could get connected to an education platform where you could work at your own pace, yet be mentored by the very best individuals that there are in an industry? Well, we think we've got those answers for you. I'm going to take a look at the two flagship products. Now, the first one of those is the futures and forex markets, and I'm going to explain those in more detail as we go through the slides. First of all, forex. Let's take a look at that. Now, if you're not familiar with what forex stands for, that's the foreign exchange market, or forex, or FX, or currency market. And it's a global decentralized market for the trading of currencies. Now, financial centers all around the world function as anchors, trading between a wide range of different types of buyers and sellers. So, very simply put, it's predicting or trying to analyze the fluctuations and movements between one country's currency and another country's currency. That's basically what Forex is. And if we look at the futures, well, as you can see on here, futures is slightly different. Futures, if you relate to futures, it could be many different commodities, such as orange juice or steel. But to explain the futures contract, as it says on the right-hand side, it's a standardized contract between two parties to buy or sell a specified asset which has a standardized quantity and quality, and it's set for an agreed price. And that's what they call the futures price or the strike price. So it's agreeing to sell a product with a standard specification and quality and an agreed price, and then the delivery date itself occurs in the future. It's what they call the delivery date or the future date. The contracts themselves are negotiated at a futures exchange. And if you take a look at the grid on the left-hand side, it'll give you an idea of some of the products that are part and parcel of the futures market. Corn in your morning cereal, lumber that makes your chair that you're sitting on possibly, gold on your watch and jewelry, cotton that makes your clothes, beef and potatoes that you eat for lunch, steel that I mentioned already, which makes your car. Just about most products that we get involved with, touch, or consume on a daily basis make up the futures market. And as it says right at the top, it really is a trading and a platform for speculating on the price of a commodity that's going up or down in the future. So looking at the second product, we've just touched on the Forex market and the futures market. What's the second product? Well, it's the Signal service and training and education platform. Let's take a look at those. Now, what do we mean by a Signal service? Well, as I've indicated or alluded to in the earlier slides, IML have employed 5 to 6 expert traders with over 100 years combined experience between them. They trade on a daily basis with their own and their clients' money, and simply when they execute a trade, they send a signal out, which runs, as you can see here, through some servers out to your desktop or to your PC or MacBook or iPad or smartphone, depending on what you use to get access to being online. The gentleman you can see on the left-hand side, he may be somebody that sits in front of his computer and watches those signals coming in and watching the trading history. He's probably somebody that is also going to immerse themselves in the training and education platform we'll take a look at the moment. The lady at the bottom may be a mother at home with a child that gets an opportunity to go on and offline periodically through the day. And the right-hand example is clearly somebody that's not there at all. They've decided to set their signal service on autopilot, where they predetermine a protocol to follow the signals and go about their job or their day as they see fit. Now, how is the signal service broken down? Well, first of all, let me emphasize it's not a robotic piece of software. It's linked, as I've said, to IML's real expert traders trading in real time. So imagine having 5 or 6 of these guys standing in your corner, simply showing you and telling you what it is that they're doing and giving you the opportunity to simply mirror that. They buy or sell the signal that comes through to you and to your trading account within less than a second, 0.008 seconds to be precise, with built-in protective stops. That simply means that you cannot run your account dry, and I'll come more onto how you set your account up in a moment. It's easy to install. You have 2 platforms to install, and it works with your choice of broker. And you've got the MetaTrader 4 platform, which is in place and integrates with the Forex market, and you have the Ninja platform, which integrates with the futures market. You will trade with your money or your demonstration account, as I'm going to explain in a moment, as the traders use theirs. And your account simply mirrors what they are doing. And you retain complete control. Only you can access your trading account. The live training educational room. Well, this is the second part of the product concerning the signal service and the training platform. So let's take a look at that in more detail. The live trading educational room, well, it's an opportunity to learn while you earn. Now, the expert trading team, as I've mentioned, is made up of highly qualified professional traders, and IML covers the Forex and the future markets up to 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. It doesn't trade at the weekends. Soon the service that we're offering will include specialty trading rooms which will accommodate members of all skill levels. So if you're somebody that's a bit of a novice coming into the market for the first place and just dabbling in trading, a little bit like myself, you'll be able to go into a live trading room where the, for want of a better word, jargon or terminology is relevant to you. Likewise, people that maybe are more advanced or possibly very proficient in trading, maybe have traded elsewhere before, can go into a dedicated room where the terminology and language is going to be very relevant for them. So it's really to ensure that everybody is catered for at the right levels. You're linked to the live trading rooms where you're able to look over the shoulders of the experts and see exactly what it is they're doing. Now, this is optional. Let me tell you, you don't have to get immersed in trading and this educational and knowledge-based platform. If you simply want to use the Signal service, set it up, switch it on, and go about your day, however that is going to pan out, then you can do exactly that. But I think what you'll find, without any question, as you start to do that, is some of the language and the terminology, the excitement starts to raise. You suddenly see that you're generating profit on a day-by-day basis, and of course, then would like to know a little bit more about how it all comes about. So let me break some of the product costs down for you. Well, if you were to just isolate the Forex and the futures signal service, if we took the Forex signal service, we estimate that that has a value of around $350 a month just for the signal service to be sent through to you for the Forex market. The futures, well, around $450 a month just for the signal service. In addition to that, as we've just covered, you've got the live trading education service. Well, if you purchase that separately, and looking at other companies out there in the marketplace, that has a value of around $400 per month. In addition to that, there is then educational video libraries stocked with learning material and a library vault of ebooks and training webinars. And we're now adding to that a webinar on a monthly basis that Christopher Terry himself is going to be doing. That alone is going to have a value of $300. But if we take that library element out of it, you've got an estimated monthly retail value of around $1,500 a month, which includes your signal services for both markets and some training and trading education platform. And you're going to get all of that for just $247 a month. Now, park that to one side because I'm going to give you a really great example as to how you can cover that cost very, very easily. So let's look at the total cost. What's it going to take to get involved with iMarkets Live? Now, to come in and purchase the Ultimate Traders Package is a one-off, once-in-a-lifetime commitment at a cost, as you can see at the top, of $1,400. Now, that's exceptional value, and we'll come on to why and how we've derived that very shortly. But let's recap what you've got. You've got the iMarkets Live trade signal service for the Forex and for the futures market. Let's just break that down. That's expert traders indicating the trades that they're just making, and your system is then allowed to simply copy it or mirror it, for want of a better word. You've got the IML trading education service for both Forex and futures. In addition, you've got video libraries stocked with learning materials. Your first month subscription that I've just mentioned and asked you to park to one side for $247 is included. So you have nothing further to pay for 30 days. You've got a library vault of ebooks and training webinars. You've got private webinars with additional value that Christopher Terry himself is going to be doing. There's now lunch with one of the traders themselves, so that you can actually get an understanding and start to learn the terminology and information directly from one of the expert traders daily. You have a $50,000 Forex demo account and $100,000 futures demo account. It does say in brackets depending on the choice of broker, but that's pretty much consistent across the options that you have for brokers. And let me just explain that in a bit more detail. Rather than having to come in and switch on the signal service within iMarkets Live, you'll want to make sure and satisfy yourself that the signals that these expert traders are sending through to us each day are profitable, i.e. that they're good at what they're doing, that they are making money and making profit for not only themselves but their clients with millions of dollars. But when we piggyback or when we mirror the signals they send through, spend 4 weeks using your demonstration account. Don't use your own capital to start with. And when you see that that demonstration account is growing because you're following the signals that are being sent through, you'll have all the confidence in the world to simply replace the demo money with your own capital and start trading. There are no contracts, there are no hidden costs, and that comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee. So you can come into iMarkets Live, safe in the knowledge that you can check the business out from the inside, you can get started, and we can assist you to get set up and running very, very quickly. There are great support rooms now where people are employed to ensure that you had all of your questions answered and that your signal service is set up as you want it to be. And you can see the business from the inside for 7 days. And if for some reason you felt it wasn't for you, you can simply ask for your money back, no questions asked. So I hope that I've explained the first side of the business, which is the Ultimate Traders Package, the trading platform to enable you to come in and start trading with a very, very limited learning curve. So let's look at the other side of the business. And let's look at what we refer to as the people sharing or the network market side, or multi-level marketing if you wish to. Now here we've got 3 industries, and just to give you how these industries, which are notoriously working within the MLM, the multi-level marketing industry or world, you've got vitamins top left, you have fruit juices, and you have beauty. Now you can add all of these three industries together, which, as I say, are very, very prevalent in the multi-level marketing world, and their yearly sales together don't add up to just one day of the volume that's traded within the Forex market. So you can see here now the potential that you have in front of you. And ask yourself the question, where would you rather be? So what does it take to become an independent associate? Now, the two are separate. We've looked at the retail package, the ultimate traders package. That's $1,400. And for an extra $97, which is a yearly renewable fee, unlike the $1,400 one-off lifetime payment, you get everything that I'm about to show you. And believe you me, it is an extraordinary amount. We believe the value is somewhere around $3,000 for what I'm about to reveal to you. And you're simply paying $97, which is a renewable fee annually. So what do you get? Well, first of all, you get a replicated website and administration center. So in other words, the iMarkets Live website is replicated for you. You can give that link out to other people. They can look around the business, get an understanding of what's going on. But that in itself has significant value. How much would it cost you to build one of those websites? In addition to that, there is over 12 splash pages or squeeze pages, or these can also be known as capture pages. Now, they're all tailored and geared to specific markets, but the aim, very simply, if you're not a guru or familiar with online marketing, is that somebody may see this link to an advert or an email that you've sent them. And quite simply, it's done as a teaser. As it says there, revealed secrets of a $5 trillion daily industry. Discover how to get connected to a platform where you can work at your own pace from home and be mentored by top experts in a $5 trillion daily industry. And then they're encouraged to go through and put their name or their email address in this instance, into one of the boxes that are available. Now, there are 12 of those, and as I say, they are all geared to different markets. So there's one for ladies specifically, which is very pink orientated. There's one for traders. There's a whole host of them, and they're designed really to be tested for us to get results and understand which one is working better in certain markets or in certain areas that we're going to be advertising those links, and we'll be happy to give you some advice. In addition to that, there is now an extraordinary marketing suite. Now, what do we mean by marketing suite? Well, it's what we call a sales funnel. It's an ability, we saw the first part of it just here on the previous slide. It'll have a capture page or a splash page like this one. When somebody puts their name or their email address in, they're then directed through to an introductory video. And I'll just read through exactly what is included within your marketing suite. The lead capture pages, as I've just said, there are in fact over 12 now, not 10. They're designed by top-notch graphic designers and written by expert copywriters. So we know exactly what to write to make sure that somebody's really interested in finding out a little bit more information. You can set those pages, and obviously, as I've said, you can target your prospects very accurately. And after they put their email in, they go through to an introductory video explaining more about iMarkets Live and the products. In addition to that, there are 12 free banners. Those are advertising banners that you can place on websites all around the world, so that when somebody clicks on it, it links directly to that squeeze or splash page that teases them into finding out a little bit more information. There's a great qualifier system, which means that you only have to speak to people that are highly interested. Again, what do I mean by that? Well, you'll receive an email when somebody pops their email address in that box to say somebody has just signed up to your marketing system. And there's another page after they've watched the very short but very informative explanatory video that they then are asked to put a little bit more information into, i.e., why would they be looking at iMarkets Live? How much money would actually change their life on a monthly basis? And what would they be wanting to use that money for? And you would receive a second email that tells you that this is a hot prospect and they're requesting a callback. They're asking you to give them a call. Now we've got a number of options that we're going to be able to assist you with that. If you're not very comfortable on the phone, you're going to be able to watch a very simple presentation to show you what to say during that telephone call. Simple 4 steps to get somebody to look at the business in a closer way. If you're too busy for that and you really are, or maybe just completely uncomfortable about calling somebody, there will be a call center very shortly that you can pass those inquiries over to, and they'll call them on your behalf for a cost. So you can get involved as much or as little as you wish to. As I say, you can sift through your contacts very simply. You can sort out what we class the good prospects from the tire kickers, and it's very easy to manage your prospects large numbers at a time. In addition to that, you'll find that becoming an associate, you also have personal staff. You'll have somebody welcome you to the business as they would anybody else that joined you. 3-4 days later, they're going to call you again to make sure all your questions have been answered. And possibly 3 days after that, they're going to call to make sure that you've got your Signal service set up and that you're up and running within iMarkets Live. There are endless training webinars like this one and marketing materials that you can order to hold or give away at meetings that you might want to organize. There's a welcome package that you'll receive in the post with a messenger bag, a baseball cap, an embossed leather notepad, a welcome DVD, and a logo folder. Great tools for you to remain organized, very helpful and of very high quality. Now, the bit I'm sure you're dying to ask, how do we make money in this business? Well, we've talked about the trading aspect, which we looked at initially. Of course, by putting money or capital into your trading account, following the signals on a daily basis, then that is how you generate revenue within the trading account. Now, how do we make money on the other side, in the people sharing or the networking part of the business? And as it says at the top, there are 6 ways to make or to create an incredible lifestyle and income. There's a 3x8 matrix paying 7%. All of these I'm going to go into in more detail. There's bonus level 9, which is an additional 1%. There's a retail sharing bonus running 4 levels, a ranked leadership bonus, $2 million challenge, and a paid holiday for 2. Let's look at those in more detail. So let's start with the compensation plan. You join as an associate for $97. You are placed and included within the company IML matrix. And here you see the start of it. There's you at the top. And the matrix on each level works by the power of 3. So underneath you, you could have 3 people. Underneath that, you could have 9. Underneath that, 27, and so on. Now, the matrix itself pays on 8 levels deep, and you receive 7% of the monthly subscription. Let's remind you what that was. That was $247, and you receive 7% on every level within those 8 levels that you are qualified for. So I'm going to explain the qualification in just a few moments. So that's $17.29 from every person that appears in the matrix, and I'll explain how they appear. So, first of all, you can trigger your matrix on levels 1 to 2, and this was a brand new announcement, by simply completing 12 administrative steps. And your title is educational. And I'll explain more about the titles as we go through these slides. So let's just recap. By completing 12 very simple administrative steps on entering the business, levels 1 to 2 are opened. You can see 1 to 2 in front of you. That's 12 people that you'll be entitled to receive 7% of their monthly subscription as and when they appear in the matrix below you. So how does it roll on from there? Well, if you then refer 2 other people who get involved and purchase the Ultimate Traders package, your title moves from educational to manager. And these are really important, so just hang on to those titles. And that also unlocks now 2 further levels. Levels 1 to 4 are opened. If you then go on from having referred 2 to refer 6 people in total, you're now a team director, and levels 5 and 6 are opened. If you add another 3 people referring 9, you're now a regional director. Level 7 is opened. And if you then refer 3 more, you become a national director, level 8 is opened, and finally, by referring a total of 15 people, and let me tell you, there are plenty of people within the company that have done a lot more than that in a very short period of time, then level 9 is opened up for a bonus of 1%. So let's try and just slow things down a little bit and add a bit more meat to the bone, because I've gone through that quite quickly. So there's a matrix. We understand that. We understand that you're at the top of it as far as you're concerned, and it fills left to right, top to bottom, and it fills from the combined efforts of you, your inviters, your team above and around and below you, and the company. And as it says at the bottom on the right hand side, please note corporate marketing campaigns will produce new personal sponsorships for active associates. In other words, the company is going to assist with marketing through your own marketing system that we've just had a look at to help you fill your levels. On the left hand side here, you see the levels that we've just been talking about. You remember we mentioned levels 1 to 2 for completing 12 administrative steps. Levels 3 and 4 come in when you refer 2 people who purchase the Ultimate Traders package. Levels 5 come in when you refer 6. 6 when you refer 9. 7 when you refer 12. And level 8 as you run down. So very, very simple. You can see the number of people when you do the math by the factor of 3 on every level that will appear in your matrix at some point. We're not saying they're going to arrive within a week or within 2 weeks. It just depends on your efforts and the efforts that we've depicted on the right hand side, but you will be qualified to receive 7% from every single person that appears there as you trigger your levels by either your administrative steps from 1 to 2 or by referring more people who purchase the Ultimate Traders package. I hope I've made that fairly clear. Now, how does a retail customer differentiate from a retail and an associate? Well, you can come into this business purely as a retail customer, just purely to use the trading platform. Now, my honest opinion is that I would never suggest that anybody does that. I would always recommend that for the extra $97, they become a retail customer and an associate. Therefore, they enjoy the benefits of the matrix, bearing in mind that that matrix is going to fill, regardless of you and what you do, by your team, people above you and around you, adding people to the business. And of course, providing you've completed your administrative steps, or maybe you've added and referred the wonderful trading platform that is there to a couple of other people, you're going to be able to receive that 7% of their monthly income. But if you are just a retail customer that started, you will not appear in the matrix. Now, we talked about the retail bonus, and I said I would go through that in more detail. So we've talked about one way that you can receive your income specifically from the matrix, 7% of the monthly subscription. Here's the second way. For every person that you refer that purchases an Ultimate Traders package, you will receive 30% of the figure that you see at the top on the right, the 1153. Let me break that down for you. $1,400, which is the membership, less the first month subscription of $247, leaves $1153. You're entitled, for recommending John to take a look at the business and he decides to get involved and purchases the Ultimate Traders package, you receive 30% of that $1153 within 7 days of your account being established and live. That's $345.90, as you see on the right. Now it gets better. John goes and recommends Peter, which is your level 2. He's not directly linked to you. Peter's one down from you. And this time you receive 10% of the 1153, which is $115.30. Peter recommends Mike, and now you receive 5%. And Mike recommends Paul, you receive another 5%. So you can see that just by getting somebody into your team, and you never know how many people they are going to bring into this business, the numbers can be extremely substantial. There is a phenomenal $2 million challenge, and this has just been altered over the weekend. we've juggled things around, and this is now going to be extended for anybody starting. We ran this promotion from August the 1st through to November the 1st. And for anybody that introduced 20 new members who purchased the Ultimate Trading Package up until the 1st of November would earn $5,000 bonus payment over and above everything else, which will be paid out at the beginning of December. That has now been extended. Christopher Terry this weekend decided to announce that that was going to be extended through now to everybody. So if you're starting from scratch and you're just about looking at joining the business, this bonus is very much for you. You now have through to December to find 20 people and do it in small steps. Find your 2. Once you've got your 2, look for 4 more to give yourself 6. And you'll see the benefits of moving through the ranks as we look through the next slides. But the bottom line with this promotion is that you can find 20 people to join this business by the end of December, and you'll receive $5,000. Those of you that are already in the business and are already having people joining you, then you can get what we refer to as the double whammy. You can have $5,000 providing you have your 20 completed by November the 1st and go again. So if you manage to do the same again by the end of December, then you can receive another $5,000. So we've looked at now 3 ways. Here's the 4th. I mentioned to you that the rankings were really important. If you remember in earlier slides, we were talking about referring 2 people to the business and you are classed as a manager. Now what the company has decided to do is to take $50 out of every membership and place it in a leadership pool. So how does that work? Well, $50 from every person joining goes into the pool, and we're splitting 50% of that pool, half of it, with the managers. That's a huge chunk that is just going to people that are bringing 2 people into the business. Now, if you then go on and you bring another 4 in, you become a team director, as you can see in the chevrons on the left by referring 6. You're classed as a team director and you get 10% of the leadership pool. If you refer 9, you're a regional manager and there's 10% there. 12 as a national director and 10% there. And 15 as an international director, there is 20% of the leadership pool there. Well, what does that actually mean? What does that mean for the average person that's going to be joining iMarkets Live? Well, here's some examples. Let's say in a month, let's say October, 1,000 ultimate packages are sold in October. And we use the 2080 rule. So in other words, as 1,000 packages sold, we're taking $50 from each package, putting it in the leadership pool. There's now $50,000 in that pool. 50% of that money will be divided to the managers. So in other words, there's $25,000 going into the manager's pool. And let's assume that only 20% of the people joining, the 1,000 people that have joined, actually go out and get 2 people and therefore are qualified as a manager. They would receive $125 based on that figure. And you remember earlier on I said to you I'm going to show you a very easy way to cover your monthly subscription. There is half of it paid instantly. Now we also looked earlier on by completing 12 administrative steps, you unlock levels 1 and 2, which is 12 people. And if you look at that, that's almost, I believe, from mathematic point of view, around $200 once those levels are filled. So with this as well, you've already covered or more than covered your monthly subscription. When you become a team director, and here's the great bit, you get 10% within your pool, but not just on its own. Because you're being encouraged to move from having referred 2 people to having referred 6, you now get both bonuses, the manager and the team director's bonus, which is 192 based on these figures. If you go on and introduce 9, then you're going to be a regional director and get not only the regional director's $100, but the 67 from the team director and the 125 from the manager. That's roughly 292. So already more than the monthly subscription. By referring more people, so your ranking moves through. You now have an option of becoming a regional director. And so it moves through from regional to national to international. And when you get to an international director, you get paid on all of the bonuses. And you can see there on the right-hand box that, based on these figures, is around $2,500 just on its own, just on this rank bonus for referring just 15 people over whatever period of time to this business. Now, this is a promotion we're going to be running through to December. At the end of December, it will be reviewed. And of course, if it's working extremely well, it will either remain or it may be improved. But this is available for you now. So the relevance really is to push on. And once you've got 2 people started, then to look for 6. Once you've got 6, look for 9, and so on. And as you can see, every month, your bonus will increase. So what can be added to that? Well, there's an extraordinary promotion that's being run and will run through October, November, and December. So perfect timing for any of you that have just started to look at this business. And it's a 5-night luxury cruise for you and your partner, including all airfare from wherever you are in the world. And the cruise will be in February. So I can tell you, it's a 5-star. Beautiful cabins. They got, I believe, outside balconies, patio doors over the ocean. It's going to be somewhere very warm, and wherever you are in the world, you'll be flown in. And it's something that you really don't want to miss. But what you're going to see here is how all of these promotions beautifully integrate with one another. Let me show you what I mean. So what do you need to do in order to get onto the cruise? Well, for sure, it's not easy, but it's very, very achievable. If you remember when we went back through these earlier slides, we said, let's look at the promotions that I'm going to flick back to here. We looked at the bonus, the $2 million challenge, which is here. Now, what we said here was that you needed to find 20 people. As you recall, the $2 million challenge, that 5,000 bonus, who could do with $5,000 around Christmas time? I know I could. But that package was finding 20 new people to join Our Markets Live. Let's jump ahead. Whilst you were finding those people, they gradually will sort themselves out into different positions, different rankings. And we said there was the rank bonus that went with that. And of course, for the cruise, there is a qualification. And that qualification is as follows. Down the left-hand side, you'll need 3 international directors, 4 national directors, 6 regional directors, 10 team directors, and 15 managers. But let me just emphasize, those are not people that you have got to bring into the business personally. Let's just take that example, and let's say that you've just introduced John. John comes into the business and decides that he's got 50 people that he'd like to bring into iMarkets Live. Well, because John is directly linked to you in your downline, all of John's people will fill your categories down the left-hand side. So you can start to see that you could just bring 2 people maybe into this business and start to fill most of the boxes. But the bit that you need to focus on personally yourself is your team build on the right. 1 out of those 3 international directors needs to be personally sponsored by you. 2 of the national directors need to be personally sponsored by you. 3 regional directors, 4 team directors, and 10 managers. Now, if you very quickly add the numbers of 10, 4, 3, 2, and 1 together, you'll start to see that that comes to 20 people. Where did we hear that before? Well, 20 people that join prior to December, as we've just said, will fill your $5,000 challenge. What happens as those 20 people start, and again, you do it in small steps, 2 people, then 6, then 9, then 12, then 15 to 20. Very, very easy to do, and a lot of people are already achieving that. Once you've got your 20, they, of course, will sort themselves out. Some will come in and just find 2 people. Therefore, they'll be managers and one of your 10. When they come in, they might find 6 and they're going to be a team director. You just don't know what people are going to do. But this is a team game. This is a team business where everybody is helping everybody else succeed. And you'll find that not only are your people around you, above you and below you, there to help you, but also the company is there to help you every step of the way. Now, one thing to emphasize is that due to UK legislation, there are some restrictions only in the UK. And that simply means that when you introduce this business to somebody in the UK, they can join and purchase the Ultimate Traders Package, but they are given 14 days before they can then upgrade and become an associate. So you have to take control, and you have to make sure that that's organized. As I indicated earlier, I would always recommend that everybody joins as not only a member of the retail side using the Ultimate Trading Package, but also joins as an associate. So on day 15, after they've purchased the Ultimate Traders Package, you must make sure they're upgraded to an associate to benefit you on this side of the business. Finally, I can announce that in March, the next IML conference is going to be held somewhere very tropical, and I can tell you its whole focus is trading on the beach. What do I mean by that? Well, very simply, we hope to have anywhere between 500 and 1,000 people standing with their trousers rolled up, shorts on, flip-flops, in the sand, paddling in the water with a laptop, smartphone, or tablet in their hand, physically trading on the beach. We're going to make sure that's possible by having Wi-Fi connections to the beach, and there will be live trading going on with expert traders. We want the world to see that this is the lifestyle that you should be living. Trading on a tropical beach with your laptop, the laptop lifestyle as we call it. And not only do we want to tell people that that's what we're going to be doing, but we want them to see exactly that. So watch this space for the conference that is going to be announced, more details to follow.